Please welcome your host, John Coleman.
In this episode, we're talking about a little more conflict between the Scrum Master and the product owner. In the last episode, I talked about a situation. What about a situation where the product owner criticizes the Scrum Master for their performance during the sprint review? And I mentioned that it would be probably more appropriate for that kind of conversation to have a one-to-one, although you could see how that maybe could happen in a retro, and we just need to be careful about that. So today, let's talk about. So let's say the product owner has been decent enough to make the complaint about your performance as a Scrum Master in a one-to-one session, and this is really problematic. It depends on the situation, right? So I really like that the product owner is bringing up concerns in a one-to-one, hopefully striving to do really well with the Scrum values. Remember Fokker, the mnemonic Fokker: focus, openness, courage, commitment, and respect. So demonstrating trust, really, and building a situation where more trust is likely to be in place. And so a product owner bringing up concerns about performance can be quite healthy. The difficulty arises where the product owner is struggling with the Scrum Master's performance because the product owner wants the Scrum Master to do something that the Scrum Master shouldn't be doing. And I'm aware of a couple of situations like this actually where the Scrum Master was being expected to do what a lot of the world thinks the Scrum Master should be doing, like basically being an agile project manager. There's nothing wrong with being a project manager, but in Scrum project management, if you like, if you did have project management, it would be delegated, if you like, or spread, would probably be a better word, spread across the Scrum team, because the developers in a Scrum team are self-managing. And so any expectation about a Scrum Master updating dashboards, doing reports, being a chairperson of the various events, essentially acting like the agility is all at a team level, almost excessive focus at the team level, because a lot of the issues are actually beyond the Scrum team. That's where it gets really, really tricky, because now the product owner is giving out to you as Scrum Master, and in a situation where the product owner is almost giving out to you about your performance, I'm not sure how much listening is going on in terms of you having a coaching or mentoring or teaching opportunity to explain what a Scrum Master really should be doing, acting like a change agent, listening, observing, coaching, teaching, mentoring as appropriate, facilitating as needed, facilitating conflict. And this is a conflict situation, but you're in it at this stage, and removing impediments. And I find as well that a lot of Scrum Masters who are part-time Scrum Masters, they tend to exhibit the misunderstood stances of a Scrum Master, because that's what everybody's expected to do. And given they've got so little time to do that accountability, they do what people expect as opposed to what they should be doing. And that's where it gets really, really tricky. I think this would be a moment for you to be brave as a Scrum Master and really explain what a Scrum Master should be doing. If somebody is trampling on your values, or trampling on the Scrum values, or trampling on the 3 pillars of transparency, inspection, and adaptation, you do need to be vocal about that. I think a Scrum Master being a victim in a situation is not really good, because the Scrum Master is on the hook for the effectiveness of the Scrum team. but on the assumption that actually the product owner is spot on, that some of the points that have been brought up by the product owner are fair criticism. It's an opportunity for improvement, isn't it? It's a it's a it's a it's a gift, really, when someone says to you that you need to kind of pull your socks up, and this is where you need to pull your socks up, and you need to be listening, really listening to the music. And going into defensive mode can be tempting, but you need to be listening to what's saying and just see, is there something in what they're saying, depending on your style. If you are very good at verbal jujitsu, and you can really use the moment as a coaching opportunity as well. If there is maybe 10%, 20% of where the product owner is kind of misunderstanding what's going on, you can do that. Personally, my style is not to coach, teach, advise if I feel the person in front of me isn't listening, and I wait for the right moment. Some people see that as a weakness. I see that as a strength. I just see it as a waste of energy. Trying to convince anybody of anything if they're not really in a position to listen to what I have to say. And I might even ask a colleague to come in as well to kind of maybe act not so much as a go-between, but maybe as a kind of a arbiter, if you like, in terms of trying to navigate the conflict. The product owner would be within their rights to consider whether you're a right fit for the team, in my opinion. Equally, the Scrum Master would be within her rights as well to see if there is any performance improvement opportunities for the product owner herself as well. For me, the most important thing is, are we demonstrating the Scrum values in action? Is there compassion in the conversation? And I think that's the most important thing. If people criticize your performance, take it as a gift. If you feel that you're being criticized for the wrong reasons, then that's a difficult situation. And you might even have to escalate that situation if you're being expected to do something you should not be doing. If you feel that this person is not returning, they want you to do everything a Scrum Master should not be doing, that's not a situation I'd want to be in, quite frankly. And you've got various options in that regard. That's it for today. If you have any questions you want me to address, just let me know. Thank you.